Hi everyone, welcome back to the Virtual Learning Labs. The Virtual Learning Labs, or the VLL, are a series of open access, curated conversations that are aimed at tackling some of the upcoming areas of interest in the development sector. Our present series of the VLL is currently focused on data readiness, and I have been in conversation with my colleague Raghav Raheja to understand a little bit more about what does data readiness really mean for organizations in the non-profit sector. Over the last couple of VLLs, Raghav spoke about people and the important role that people play in an organization. And this is a conversation that we've always had around our organization as well, right? People play a very, very crucial role when it comes to strengthening the systems, processes, and technology functions of an organization. So, my question for today's VLL is, what are some of the challenges that are associated with data readiness, particularly when it comes to the people who are at the core of adopting these data functions and at the core of becoming data ready, and what can organizations do to mitigate these challenges?
So before answering that question, I would like to actually take a step back. And, so in my head, when I think of different organizations in the sector, I categorize them into two buckets, right? So one type of organization in current state would be an organization that has already thought about these processes, that have realized the importance of data, that have realized the importance of these structures to be kept in place in order to make any sort of insightful decisions, insightful analysis, right? But then there are sort of these organizations where they are still thinking towards moving towards the data structures, realizing the importance of data, realizing the importance of this structure. And the first segment or the first bucket of organizations, I would say that they're in a very good place because they know what to do. They already have some structure in place. They're already using their data in a way that would give them some insights. But at the same time, the organizations in the second bucket are the organizations which would face a tremendous amount of challenge, like you mentioned, from people. And people, when I say not just in terms of from the organization, but I feel that there would be challenges even from the beneficiary side, right? Because if I have a set of beneficiaries who are not asked to, given any sort of information or any sort of data points, but I'm going to them asking for, additional information, additional data points at different interval of time, there's gonna be an inertia from them as well. So in terms of working inwards, in terms of working within the people in the organization, there are certain ways that you can mitigate it, or rather, I mean, there's no simple way to mitigate it, definitely. But again, this is something that can work because it works generally in terms of the change management process. One is that there should be regular communication from the senior management within the employees. And that doesn't mean that it happened once and it's all done and gone. It has to happen continuously. There has to be check-ins within a specific interval of time so that they know that people are working towards it. And the second way is aligning your stakeholders, aligning these people with the ideology of the overall organization, bringing them to speed. How does that feed into the objective of the organization? And in that respect, adding in some sort of reward system, right? Because initially, how would people, feel involved in this process? One way is that they're super, motivated towards a specific goal. The second way is give them a reward in the initial phases, at least, until it becomes a full-fledged process, right? So add in to your performance indicators so that people know that this is going to impact their performance at the end of the quarter, so that they feel a part of that whole ecosystem, right? So there are few ways that can work, but again, like I said, it's not a simple process, so it has to work. It'll take its own pace, but again, there has to be a start somewhere, right? So yeah.
All right, thank you so much for listening in. And if you do have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us at contact@slens.co. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.